Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. My name's Hillary. I'm a mom to a 2-year-old named Sebastian and a 6-month-old named Zeb. Today's video is Zeb's 6-month update. I don't know where half a year has gone, but like, I have a 6-month-old. That's insane to me. So let's just go ahead and jump right into his update. So, as you know, like I've said in multiple videos, I do this categorized. If you're curious and want to watch any of his other updates, they are all linked above. I have done literally every month, including a 2-week and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, jumping right into his height and his weight. So he is 25 inches tall and he is 15.2 pounds. Now, that was back when I measured him when he was actually 6 months old. Today is actually like the 25th of August and the 12th was when he turned 6 months old, so literally like over almost 2 weeks ago. So he's like 6.5 months old now, but I have been procrastinating this video, and also I was preparing for his actual half birthday party, and then we had my birthday, and that was just a busy week, so it's just been a lot. So anyways, I'm just now getting around to filming this video, so he's probably a lot bigger than that actually. He is officially in a size 3 diaper. I think last month he was still wearing 2s, but he's definitely in 3s. He's probably going to be in 3s for a while. They fit him perfect. He is still in the same clothing size. He's in 6, 6 to 9. We have a couple of 9-month pieces. It's kind of flexible. It's just like whatever we have in that range that's in his closet. I will probably pull out some of the 9-month stuff soon, like more of the actual 9-month stuff, and put it in his closet as well just to have more pieces. But he's pretty comfortable in 6 month, 6 to 9, that range. So yeah. So as far as his likes, I could talk about like just Zeb and things he likes forever. He's the funnest baby. So I remember Sebastian being just like chill, and you know, he didn't really have an attitude. He was just very relaxed, laid back, easygoing, go with the flow. That is like Sebastian's personality. Like nothing's really gonna bother him unless he's like in a mood, but for the most part he's just pretty chill, laid back. He's got an activity, he's good. Zeb on the other hand is very like, entertain me, this is my world and I need you to cater to my every moment, every waking need. And he's been like that since birth. He's been a little bit more needy, but we adore him. But because of that too, like I feel like he's just so fun. When you like are sitting in the floor playing with him, he wants like eye contact and he will laugh, and then if you like put him down and like walk away, he's very much like, no, that doesn't work for me. He wants your attention, which I used to think maybe he's changed a little bit, because he used to be much more like you could lay him down and he would just like self-entertain, but he's definitely outgrown that. He's definitely much more like, I want you to play with me. But he does adore Sebastian. Like he will gladly sit and play with Sebastian. If I'm in the kitchen like making dinner, switching clothes over, Sebastian can easily entertain him. He's definitely learning to like his pacifier more, which is great. We did get the neck size up, and I think maybe that was part of the problem. The other ones might have just been too small, but he's definitely learning to like his pacifier more. He still doesn't have any teeth. I keep thinking they're gonna come. I actually posted on my Instagram story asking like when your second child got teeth, because Sebastian had 2 teeth by the time he was 4 months old. So Zeb being 6-month-old, like where are his teeth? But actually everyone that responded said that their second kid got teeth at like 9 or 10 months, like way later than their first. And I don't know if that's a thing. Like comment down below if like you fall into that category. I think that's kind of fascinating. But yeah. So no teeth yet, but this boy loves food. I don't remember what he did have his first foods this month, but I don't remember what they were. Wow, I'm a terrible mom. I don't remember what his first food was. But I will say that anytime that we have like meat, like if we have steak or chicken or sausage, or last night, oh my gosh, I'll put a picture up right here of him eating bacon. Y'all, this boy loves some bacon. Anything that's like very meaty, he loves. Anything that's like meat, like he loves to gnaw on it. He's actually not like really a banana strawberry, like Sebastian, those were always his favorites, still to this day are. Zeb's not really into like the fruit. He's more like, give me the meat, I want all of the protein, give me everything I can that's actually gonna fill me up. And Sebastian too, he did eat from the very beginning, but he was just much more like laid back with it, whereas Zeb is like, give me everything, like there's no waiting, like he wants it all, which is so cute. What else is he like? Oh, this month he has learned to roll everywhere. Roll, basically crawl, you name it, he can do it. If he wants it, he's gonna get it. And if he can't get it, he's gonna get pissed until you give him what he wants. So, got a real fun personality. God, I adore this child so much, so he's so fun. But he has learned to completely roll both ways. If you lay him down and he doesn't want to be that way, he's gonna roll and grab. He's gonna find a toy. He, like I said, wants to be entertained, so he's gonna grab his books, his Sophie, his rattle, anything of Sebastian's. If Sebastian is like eating a snack on the floor, Zeb tries to roll over and grab Sebastian's plate because he needs to eat 24/7. Which also, when it comes to breastfeeding, he's the same way. This child eats like every 1.5 to 2 hours. Like, it's all day, every day, constant. He's latched for 20-30 minutes. He loves to eat. It's exhausting, but he's growing, he's huge, he's chunky, he's adorable. He also really likes to like laugh and play, and I put animals on his board this month because when we went to my grandmother's, we went and stayed with her, and we went over to my cousin's house who lives right down the street from her, and they have a puppy. And Zeb, I have never seen a child so infatuated. He was sitting there like playing and like trying to grab, and the puppy was so calm and chill, and oh my god, it was so cute. So he's definitely gonna be more of our animal lover. Sebastian is ferocious when it comes to animals. Sebastian is not very friendly. We worked on gentle hands since he was a baby, and it hasn't sank in. Our cat is terrified of Sebastian, hates him. He will tell you that. It's so sad because he'll actually be like, Cairo hates me, but it's like, well, you torment him, so Cairo just tries to stay away from you. But Zeb, I think, is going to be much more of like an animal lover, which is comical to me because I'm not really an animal person, and Zach is very much an animal person, so maybe that's going to be our kids. Like, Sebastian's more like, I mean, I'm not like an animal tormentor like my child, but I'm just not a huge animal person, and that's more Sebastian, whereas Zeb is more like animals, and that's way more his father. So, but we've said since birth that Zeb is a whole lot more like Zach. And when it comes to his temperament, I joke all the time, I'm like, you have your daddy's attitude. He's very much like his father, and it's just so funny. I joke all the time. As far as dislikes, so like I said, he's kind of like got a temperament. There's not a lot that he doesn't necessarily like, but he doesn't want to be bored or still. He wants to be standing. He doesn't want to be sitting. He wants to be entertained. Like, don't leave him alone. Like, that's very much like his, like, he's pretty easygoing as far as like most of the time, but then like if he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it. And as far as like he doesn't like we jokingly put 7 to 8 p.m. on his board, because it's like getting ready for bed is just like a rough time. It's just that witching hour, and he's just not very much a fan of it. So that's, yeah. So as far as his schedule goes, so pretty much consistently, like on his own now, I don't even have to wake him up. He wakes up at 7 in the morning, and he used to get in my bed, we would nurse, and he would fall back asleep until Sebastian got up at 8:30. But in the last couple weeks, really since we like started Sebastian's with schooling and stuff, Zeb will get in my bed at 7, and he doesn't really fall back asleep. He kind of just stays awake, and we like snuggle. And then around 7:40, Sebastian has been like waking up earlier too, so I'll just go ahead and get him up, and we get up and get breakfast made, and they eat breakfast. And then because Zeb's not really having that like going back to sleep in the morning, he's pretty much been ready for his nap around like 9:20. So he'll usually go down for his first nap, and his first nap is an hour. Sometimes two if like we have a weird day or something, but I usually make his morning nap about an hour, and he pretty consistently wakes up to that. And so he'll get up around like 10:20, 10:30, something like that. And then we play, hang out, whatever, and then around noon we start his like nap time, lunch, that kind of stuff. I start nursing him, and then around 12:15, 12:30 he's asleep, and then around 12:31 Sebastian will go down for his nap. And then depending on what mood Zeb's in, he'll either nap for a solid 2 hours or he'll nap for 30 minutes. And if it's a 30-minute nap, then I usually lay down with him in my bed, or I try and get him back in his bed. That nap is still like, for the most part, for a while he was doing really good and he was on a really good schedule. And then out of nowhere, the last like couple days, he just like has refused a nap. And then yesterday took a 2.5-hour nap. So really, I don't know. I don't know what his schedule is. This is all just me talking. Half the time it's not even true, I think. But yeah, so anyways, that nap, and then he usually doesn't really take another nap. He might, if he's like in the swing, he might fall asleep, or if he's super tired, I may like try and lay him down for like a 30 to 45 minute nap in the evening, and then we pretty much start bedtime and bath around like 7:30. So he usually can make it after that nap until about 7:30, or he'll have like a power nap. But yeah, that's pretty much his schedule. I really want to film a morning routine because our mornings have gotten pretty like strict because of starting school with Sebastian, and both Zeb and Sebastian are doing really good with the schedule. So maybe I'll film a morning routine soon. Comment down below if you want me to film that, if you're interested in seeing that. But yeah, and so for like the last category, big events and milestones. So like I said, we started solid food. This child loves to eat. He drank from a straw for the first time. I did put breast milk in a cup and he took a few sips. He wasn't like that great at it. Obviously it's a skill we're learning, and so every meal that we have I try to give him some water as well. He hasn't really understood the concept, but if you put a cup or food in front of him, he tries to grab the cup. Like, he's very interested in the cup, wants to like drink from it, but it's just a skill that we're like working on. Another thing is we went to the Geranium Festival this past month. That was so fun. He went to his first babysitter, so I had a wedding cake tasting, and I left him for the first time with Rachel, which obviously family, like she's family anyways, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And Austin was there for like part of the time, but then he had to leave, so he was there with a babysitter for the first time, and it was emotional. But honestly, that wasn't as hard. I guess I was more comfortable with Rachel than like a complete stranger at church nursery, but he did stay in church nursery for the first time as well, and that was super hard. I'm still struggling. He stayed on a Wednesday night and a Sunday morning, and we're probably going to church tonight because it's Wednesday, and I'll probably leave him again. And like the more I do it, the easier it gets. But for some reason, I don't know, I was not this bad with Sebastian, and I was way more like clingy to Sebastian, if that makes sense. So I don't know what it is about leaving Zeb, but I'm just very not like, it's hard to leave Zeb. And then like the whole church service on Sunday, I was like, I just want to get my baby, like, is church over yet? Couldn't even focus at church, which is like so terrible. But I don't know, I'm just something about that. I just want Zeb with me. I just adore him. He just makes me laugh. He's so, oh, I just want to squeeze him. And then like I said, we went to my grandmother's and stayed there for 3 nights, I think. So that was like his first like trip to Gigi's, and we stayed there. I don't really know any other big events and milestones. Like I said, he's rolling, he's sitting, he's just like developing really into this like personality, and he's so fun. Is that what he's trying to get you? Yeah. One thing I don't know how I completely forgot to mention that Zeb can do now is Zeb says dada. So it was this whole thing thinking that he was gonna say mama first. I tried so hard because Sebastian's first word was also dada. I tried so hard for him to say mama, and for the longest time he was like saying it, not the longest time, but for like a week he was saying it, and I like refused to believe he was actually saying it, and I was like, no, we're like, that wasn't really it, that was just babbling. And then he said it one morning, and Sebastian goes, Zebby, you want dada? And I was like, I guess Zach wins. If even Sebastian's hearing it, it must be real. So he says dada now. I don't know how I forgot that as his first milestone, but he literally says dada now, which is crazy. But like, he is very temperamental, like I've said since birth, but he's just so fun. Like, there's just, Sebastian is like easygoing, chill, like just hangs out, you know, whatever, but he's very independent. Whereas Zeb is more like, mommy, do it for me, mommy's boy, which I love them both in like different ways, and I never understood that until you have more than one kid, and like then you get it. And if you only have one kid, like you can't fathom how do you love another child, or like that whole concept. But I don't know, I get it now. And Sebastian is definitely a mama's boy. Like, don't get me wrong, he is a mama's boy, but he's very independent. Whereas Zeb is more like, I could do it, but like if you'll do it for me, then like I'd way rather you do it. but he's my snuggler. So he's like, will cuddle, he wants to be held, he wants to be kissed, he wants to be loved, and I just like, I like watching his personality emerge as he gets older and older, and it's so fun. And I know that you're not supposed to compare your kids, but to me, I think it's fun to compare like the differences, whereas like I always thought Sebastian was clingy, and then I had Zeb and I'm like, oh no, Sebastian was not clingy. Sebastian is independent to his core. And so I just think like those little differences are just so fun to see, especially as they get bigger. It's also really fun. Zeb is at like an age now where he can kind of play. I mean, obviously he's still only 6 months old, but he can play with Sebastian more, and it's so fun to watch them interact. And Sebastian has gotten to where he, like, Zeb the other day was trying to do something. He like rolled over and like grabbed something, and I was in the kitchen and I heard Sebastian go, no, Zebby, stop, Zebby, no, that's mine. And he like moved his stuff out of the way, because obviously Zeb can't get to it. If he moves it, he can't walk and like go pick it up. And it was so fun to watch Sebastian kind of like use his voice. It was fun to see him as a toddler use his voice and say, no, that's mine, I'm playing with that. And then to just like assess the situation, move his stuff out of the way, sit down and play. And like he didn't care that Zeb was over here like wanting it. He took the control of the situation, and it was so fun to see that side. But it was also fun to see like that little brother like nitpickiness, where Zeb was like trying to get his attention. And there are times where Sebastian wants to play and times where he doesn't, and it's just fun to see them like kind of evolving into actual people. And I can't wait to see that continue, obviously, as Zeb gets bigger and bigger. But yeah, so today we have Zeb's 6-month photos. So that is where we're going today. I will try and vlog a few clips. I usually film those on my phone, but he does have his photo shoot, so I will see you guys then, and I will put those clips in after this one, and then I'll try and get some just like fun footage of Zeb like I tried to at each video, just of him playing in the floor, showing his personality and stuff. But yeah, if you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Stay tuned for the photo shoot, and I will see you guys in the next video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!